Hello everybody, this is going to be a quick one. Somebody asked me to look into August 9th, 2025, and it's the planetary alignment in a hexagon. Is that right? And it's a sacred geometry thing where you have two triangles and a Merkaba. And what this sacred geometric star alignment means, according to Google, as above, so below, or as on earth as it is on earth as it is in heaven. And when I read that, I went, as on earth as it is in heaven. I went, well, what we got going on in earth is not what I imagine what would be in heaven. So we have the two triangles in the Merkaba. The Merkaba equals or references the Ascension process and interdimensional travel. So using through the eyes of soul, I pulled 3 cards. And the first card I got is confront your opposite polarity. As we ascend, we have to look at both sides. And when I think of the Galactic Heritage deck, where we come from creator source, we came from the God energy, or the founders, whatever you want to call it. And we splintered from that, or fragmented from that, to experience contrast, to experience some degree of polarity. But we have gone so far that we have to come back together so that we can move forward. And so this card is saying, yeah, do that. Explore your opposite polarity. Not dig into it, but just look at it, explore it, find maybe where we can find some common ground to it. I mean, I did it with my hillbilly brother. You can do it. Second card I got, interesting, because I shuffled a lot, 15, followed by 16. And this is look through the mist and find the mystery. Now, this is an island off of Ireland, I believe. And the folklore is on this, is that during the Dark Ages, a lot of the history, music, and art was going to be lost. And so some, was it Druids? Let me double check. Monks. Druids, monks, okay. Some monks took that documentation and hid it in this mountain and saved it because the Dark Ages was going to destroy it all. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, well this is not political, but sounds a lot like today. Both of these cards sound a lot like today. And then the third card I get was move away from a difficult situation. And when I first looked at this, I went, that looks like Mount Shasta, but not really, but it kind of does. If this is Bunny Flat, that's the bowl. And then as I looked into the book, because I'm not that familiar with these cards, it is Mount Shasta. That is a Mount Shasta lily. And this is a stag that is a shapeshifter. This is also a shapeshifter from the very first card that says confront your opposite polarity. So it's interesting. I don't think that I would shapeshift into my opposite polarity. If I did, I would certainly have a lot of protections up. this woman in 42, move away from a difficult situation. Okay, got it. If we shapeshift into the polarity so that we can get a sense of what is happening there and look through the mist of this polarity to find the mystery. Why are you so keyed in on this? Why are we so keyed to find contrast like we are, maybe? This card says, okay, you've explored it, now move away from it. She has her protection feathers on. So this is a woman of Shasta, and they call it a shamaka of Shasta. So she's protected. You have this stag that is shape-shifting into maybe a difficult situation, maybe showing her something that isn't quite right. And she has a protection with her lily and her gown of feathers. So when I think about this reading, what this day means, August 9th, 2025, through the sacred geometry, it's kind of showing me we want to look, if we are to move past this energy that we seem stuck in, take a look at that other polarity. Kind of explore that a little bit. Caution, don't dig into it too hard. We need to step away from it. And that there is some kind of saving monk grace to this, where someone is going to have hidden away the things that are taken away from humanity, which is, as an empath, I feel all of the pain and sorrow and suffering and the cruelty of this. It feels like there is going to be some remembering. They're going to pull out these documents and say, song, this is how we get back. Singing the song, doing the dance. And I think back on shamanic drumming and getting into that trance mode. Shamanic drumming was outlawed in the 1900s. As early as the 1900s, I think it was only brought back into that we could drum in the, was it early 60s? You guys will correct me on that, because I'm not looking it up, but it wasn't that long ago. I'm like, what? And a lot of our changes that we made, the Equal Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, this was in our lifetime, and it's being taken away. But as we are ascending, this information is going to be coming back. That's what I got out of this. Let me do a tarot spread using Ancestral Path. I'm not going to look into I'm going to use a different one. Alright, I got True Black sitting out here. It wants to be used. So I'm going to use the True Black deck. For those of you who don't know what that is, it comes in this cool little box. I read for a friend of mine, and I used the True Black, and he went crazy over this deck. He goes, oh my, and he's not a reader, he's a listener. And he's on a new path. Not that I should share what other people's paths are in a private reading, but he's one of my best friends. And he's one who has given me permission to read on him whenever. So I'll just let you know, he's on a big path. Man, he got the Tower, he got the Fool, he got the Eight of Wands, he got the Six of Swords. He's moving. And he goes, what does that mean? Where am I going? Okay. Where are we going on this date? Where are we going on this date? What does this date represent? Where the planets form this geometric sign of ascension, of interdimensional travel. Let's drop it down and take a look. Interdimensional water. Here we go. Okay, what do we have in the hand? This is the Seven of Wands, if you can see that. But with this deck, there is so much visual imagery with it. So it feels like my hand. What do I have in that? It feels like there is a golden, well, it looks, there's a golden sphere in our hands. Yet it's being protected or challenged by these wands that are around us. So it's hard to move. It's hard to open up and show this. Wow, ooh, look at that. And then we get the House on Fire, the Seven of Cups. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to choose to do? What's the decision? So there's something. Okay. Dance with wild abandonment. This is the Sun card. So as we're faced with these decisions, we know intuitively what we have in our hand. We know that we are ascending, but yet we're being blocked by a lot of outside information and second guessing what our choices are. But dancing with wild abandon is not a choice that we are second guessing. That's what we're marinating in. And then in the past, as it relates, is the Empress card. This is giving birth to something. This is nature. This is fertility. This is abundance. And in the background, in the etchings of this card, is the honeycomb. Sweet nectars. At the top of the reading, we have the King of Wands. Powerful cards here. Information coming. Information that allow us to dance with abandon, that will give us a new start, a new honeybee. But we're still being challenged by what thought do we think? Do we go into this dark era energy, or do we stay with what we know in the palm of our hands? What do we know that's in the palm of our hands? Sorry. Okay, and then what do we have? We have Temperance. We have the Angel. And as I look at this card, she's dancing among swords and flowers. It's the polarity that I talked about before. What is this energy bringing us? It's bringing us new information. It's bringing us abundance. It's allowing us to dance with abandon in the Sun card. It's bringing balance. However, The challenge is our thoughts. What are we doing with our thoughts? Pay attention to what we have in our hand. And when I said that, I'm looking out at my window and I go, ground yourself. Let's just keep going, although I think this is the message here. We have the Six of Cups. This is a giving and receiving card internally. Externally, we have the Queen of Pentacles, security, comfort, wealth, the Dove of Peace. We have the snake eating the apple as well, or looking at it. The next card, we have the Nine of Cups, the Wish card, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles for the final outcome. Abundance, community. Clarified by strength. And the last card we get is the Four of Wands, rising up from the ashes. In other decks, if you look at that Four of Wands, and again, I'm not getting political, but I just did, that shows a White House in the background. All right. What do we have to look forward to on this date? We have new information that is going to allow us to dance with abandon. It's going to bring balance. It's going to bring abundance. We do need a little strength in letting go of some of our thoughts that we are hanging on to. But if we can do that and stay in love and stay in light, stay out of the fear, that's what this planetary alignment brings us, according to the cards. All right, there you go. Good question. Thank you. Thank you for asking that. Had no idea, but feels good. So pay attention to that date. Not 8/8, but 8/9. So we have 8/8 to look forward to, and then 8/9. It continues. All right. Thank you all for watching. Peace and love.